Okay, our next transition from our shoulders is onto the elbows, because this will complete our front end view. So if you look at the dog from the front end with him standing on him correctly, they should appear straight. When we look at this, you see this hair right here is sticking up and causing it to look a little bowed. Obviously, if I accentuate it, which some dogs have a lot of hair here, it would look really, really bad. This dog is not too bad. It's just a little bit. Get this straight again. So what I want to do is come in here and trim this. Maybe thin some out. Might work. I might have to do a little bit of trimming on the guard hairs also. Now what I have to do is figure out what I have to do to get this to lay flat. Because when I saw from the front, it was the hair. If I put the comb out here and try to get a straight leg, you can see the hair that's sticking out is the hair that needs to come off. That right there. That's the bulkiness to it. So again, I've got undercoat here, so I want to devolumize. The first thing I'm going to do with that is take my stripping knives. I'm going to start with which one first? The red one. The medium or large. I'm going to get down, even with the dog, only in my trouble spots, which was some through here and then some through here. I'm going to rake the undercoat out. Do a little bit at a time. Comb it out. Make him stand good and see how it is from the front. Still needs a little bit more out. I'm not getting a whole lot with that one, so I'm going to switch to this one. Some dogs, like this one, will pick up its foot a lot. Don't get concerned. Don't make them have to stand there. You can lift up their foot a little bit and do just the same amount of work. Now, you don't want to go back into the featherings. You want to stay at about the back of the leg forward, because that's what was sticking out. And any feathers that stick out, if they have real bushy feathers that come out like this, we will deal with that. Okay. Not getting much out. So I'm going to look in the front. I still have a little bit of hair that's sticking out here. This hair. So a little bit through here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thinning scissors, and because this is short hair, my devolumizing going up and through here doesn't work very well. It's one of those things that it just makes it look real lumpy, and you'll end up with kind of that effect to it. So it kind of rolls, and we don't want that. I'm actually going to go and do my blending stroke with this. I'm going to start up at the top, and the hair's growing this direction, so I am keeping my scissors in that direction. And I'm going to blend this hair to where it's in line. If I come to the front and look, it's straight in line. Okay? This is one of the few areas that is very, very difficult not to have scissor marks. A little bit is not going to be harmful. So long as you blend it in as well as you can, it will look okay. Stay. I have found that I would rather have a little bit of scissor marks here than have this big bulging leg here. Do a little bit. Look from the front. Okay, that's about the depth I want. Now I'm going to continue that same depth all the way down until I'm back to where I'm level again. So it's all this hair right here. I recommend that you try not to touch this with your finger. Use your comb, because your comb's going to keep that hair the way it's supposed to. So try to keep him still. Now I can use a purchase point with my other hand in front and guide it down. If you want to take a little bit at a time, that's fine. Again, you don't want to take too much off. at one time. Gradually is fine. Or if you want to get a little deeper, you can do that too. Now, I came back into this feathering because it's actually sticking out more than this, because I'm going to blend this around now. Now, I'll check from the front. Still a little bit right through here, looking full. If I can, I'm going to separate some of that guard hair, or some of the long, lengthy feathering, so that I don't cut it right now. So I'm going to straighten my scissors and kind of go the length of the leg. Stay. And then with a blending motion like we did on the side of the face and on the front of the ear, stay. Try to make them stand, because that will affect their muscles here. I'm going to come down and blend this hair down. Now be careful when you're doing this that you don't jab. You want to follow along the hair and follow along the leg in a smooth motion. And you're doing this freehand, so it's a little bit more difficult to get the same spot every time. Like so. Come back in. I just keep looking for more hairs that are sticking out and not making it look straight. And as I see them, I take care of them. If you find that you're getting holes, stay. Let me show you. If you find that maybe you've got, let's say you get something like that, you're going to have to then thin this out and take this in even tighter. You don't want that, but somehow it just happens. If you notice, I'm not taking much off at all. You don't see big chunks coming off now. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of taking off the tips. It's a blending stroke right now, so that there's multiple cuts on just the tips of the hair. Like we did on the foot on the final cut. It's the same motions, same reasonings. Comb it down, look from the front. Just a little bit more here and I'm about done. Only thing I'm going to do now is I've got some bulkiness to my feathering, so I'm going to come in here and be a little bit more aggressive and take out some of the bulky featherings that go behind it and blend it. Stay. Sometimes you'll have hair right here that sticks out. This is one of the few places that I don't go with the hair. I come back up underneath and kind of blend it with this shoulder muscle area. Not too much, just a little bit. blend around that again. So there you have a real nice straight leg. As you can see the difference between this one that's still kind of bowed looking, protrudes out. This is nice and straight, looks very strong. I have a really funny story about doing this. In the beginning of 2007, I went over to China and went best in show twice over there with a golden retriever, and both judges told me that the deciding factor was the fact that they looked down the line and saw 4 golden retrievers, one of them which was mine, and all of the 3 of them had these legs that looked like this, and they said yours was the only one that had nice straight front legs. And I thought how funny that was, because I knew the secret. This dog's legs were way worse than this one's ever were, but because I put cholesterol in here and straightened it here and did some things here, I gave the illusion that it was nice and straight, and I ended up going best in show twice because of that. So there's your edge. That's what we're trying to get. Is I'm not trying to fool anybody, but I'm trying to give this illusion that everything is better than what it might be.